So today I want to talk a little bit about more on my three non-negotiables and how that has really helped me thrive as a mom and set my priorities. So the other week I did my very first Facebook Live video. If you're not following me on Facebook and you want to see my Facebook Lives that I will be doing more of, I will post the link so you can go like my page and follow up on future videos. But that video specifically got a lot of feedback. A lot of people were asking me more questions about my 3 non-negotiables and what those were and how I apply them to my life and whether or not if I do it every single day, what happens if I fail, like all these kinds of questions. So I thought I would do a follow-up video and do it here for all you mamas that do not follow me on my Facebook. So guys, I feel like this vlog right here is a combination of my 3 non-negotiables and time management. If you're like me, I am like constantly finding time management and learning ways to be better at time management, because as a tired mom, sometimes I would just rather binge watch on Netflix than use my time wisely. So mamas, we're going to start off by reading Ephesians 5 verse 15, and it says, "So watch your step, use your head, make the most of every chance you get. These are desperate times. Don't live carelessly, unthinkingly. Make sure you understand what the Master wants." And I want to say the quote from Benjamin Franklin, and it says, "You may delay, but time will not." I feel like you will not meet a single grandmother that will not tell you how fast motherhood flies. And I know when you're in the trenches of motherhood like me, where it feels like every day lasts forever, I would be the first to admit that just with my daughter being 5, I feel like it has flown by. Like, how is my 5-year-old starting kindergarten? Like, and I'm like, I can't even believe it, because it goes by faster than we think. Like, the days go by long, but the years are short. And for me, I really want to take advantage of every moment, every opportunity to minister to my children, to love my children, and to raise them up as disciples for Jesus. And they are one of the reasons why I decided to have a 3 non-negotiable plan instead of just living from day to day and surviving motherhood, because I feel like motherhood is too important to just survive. We are raising people, we're raising world changers, we are raising God's chosen, His chosen people for this generation and for this season. And I want my daughters and my future children to choose Jesus in a world that is surviving. And I'm learning that when I plan my steps and allow the Holy Spirit to direct my ways, I find that I can thrive in even the hardest circumstances that I faced thus far. And I feel like really planning your days, not so much, I'm not talking, when I say planning, I'm not talking about a daily schedule, or like, I'm not talking about that at all, because you really can't put your hope in a schedule, especially when you're a mom. That's one thing that I've like really let go of as a former daily planner obsessionalist. But what I'm talking about is planning your steps, meaning your 3 non-negotiables, like spending time with Jesus and just being wise with the time that you have. But I'm really talking about being intentional with our time. Not so much of a time planner, but just being intentional. I like choosing what is going to matter 10 years from now, what's going to matter tomorrow, instead of just taking one moment at a time and giving into the flesh, and not so much of thinking intentionally with your time. So my 3 non-negotiables are waking up early and spending time with Jesus. It doesn't matter how early, could be like I've completely, like my goal is to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning. But you know, sometimes as long as it's before my kids, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour before, my goal is just to be up before they are, so I at least have 5 minutes to just reflect, talk to Jesus, maybe read one Bible verse if that's what I have time for, and just listen to worship and just get what I can before my kids wake up and demand breakfast and all the things that they need when they first wake up. And they require a lot of attention when they first wake up, especially my sweet 1-year-old who hasn't seen me in the last 7 hours and needs all the mommy things. My second one is workout. So guys, I'm gonna be honest, this was my first day working out, and you would think that I was in shape because I'm a mama of 3, 5, and under, and literally every single day I'm chasing after them, I'm cleaning, I'm doing laundry, and going up and down the stairs 500 times. I thought I was fit until I did a workout. Yeah, I did a workout this morning and I'm pretty sure I can't feel my legs. Well, I can feel them. That's the problem. They're really sore right now. Yeah, anyway, it is just, I was like, man, I feel like a grandma right now. I feel so unfit. So that was kind of a wake-up call to me that I really need to start getting in shape, because I want to be around for the long haul. I want to be chasing my grandkids around, or even my great-grandkids. I want to be a fit mom, grandma, great-grandma, and just a person in general. Plus, as a daughter of God, I want to be as fit as I possibly can to just declare His word to the nations and to just be His person to send out into ministry, and to travel and all that kind of stuff, which I definitely plan to do someday. And you have to be fit for that. And plus, my body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, and I want it to be fit because I carry the word within myself, and I have to be fit. So my third one is be intentional. And after much prayer, what this looks like, it looks like what it says: be intentional with my day. I want to be intentional with my children, with how I keep my house, but also remembering that being intentional with my husband and children comes before everything else. I want to be intentional with my job, my ministry, and just everything in general in my time. And also be intentional with what comes first. Yay, the house may be a mess, but if I feel like my kids really need me, I want to be intentional in choosing them first. And if I want to be intentional to where if my house is a mess and I know that my husband has had a hard day, I want to be intentional to where I'm going to clean my house when I really just want to sit and watch Netflix and eat chips. And I want to be intentional with eating healthy, so maybe I should eat something that's not chips. So yeah, those are my 3 non-negotiables. And for all of you have been asking if I am consistent and do it every day. And I really hope this brings hope to all you mamas that are like me and aren't the best at being super consistent, or they have a baby that still wakes up at night, or sometimes days are just cray. I don't do all these things every single day yet, but I'm learning. There are days where I didn't wake up before my kids. There are days when I didn't work out. In fact, today is the first time I worked out since before Madeline was born. But hey, here's to a new healthy Heather. There are days when I do choose Facebook over playing Calico Critters with my daughter, but that is something that I want to change. If my daughter needs me, I want to be intentional for her, because her being little, it's not for forever. It's very short. Like the Bible verse that I was just reading talks about how our time here is so short, and our time with our kids are so short. And I know that if I don't get my act together, when she's grown up, I'm going to have so many regrets, and I do not want to have regrets. But I want to be a mom of 20-year-old daughters and more to come, knowing that I gave them my everything, my every thought, my every ounce of energy, I want to be confident in the fact that I did my very best raising them. And that is another reason why I started this 3 non-negotiable plan. As not so much if you don't do this, you're a bad mom. But I'm doing it as a guideline, as a plan, as a vision of what I want my days to look like. They will look different every day, and I know that, and that is completely fine. And for the mom that is afraid of failing and that wants to do this, that wants to wake up before her kids, that wants to work out and be intentional, I want to start out by saying I believe in you. I know you can do it. Maybe you're not a morning person. That's okay. I wasn't either. And sometimes I'm still not. And it's okay to fail. I want to encourage you that it's okay to fail. Because truth is, you don't fail until you stop trying. You don't fail until you give up. You don't fail. But you're learning. And you're learning to be consistent. And God isn't after perfection, He's after your heart. I know one thing that has really helped me be more consistent with my non-negotiables is not giving myself an option. I remember when I first started this, 5 o'clock came around, my alarm clock beeped, and I was this close to pressing snooze. And all of a sudden, like, Holy Spirit reminded me, and I quickly stood up and said, it's my non-negotiable. So I get up, get in the shower, and get my day together. And I'm pretty sure my husband thought I was crazy, which it's nothing new. But that's one thing that really helps me is when I don't give myself an option. I know that if I don't wake up before my kids, I might not be as intentional as I want to be with my kids. Because I feel like when I don't wake up before my kids and when my kids beat me up, I feel like because they're so demanding in the morning, I'm frazzled and I kind of just fall into survival mode for the rest of the day because I'm constantly catching up on things. But I feel like when I wake up before my kids, I am more put together. I had me time and Jesus time before my kids woke up. So I wake up full, like I'm full before my kids wake up, so I have more to give to them. I also find that when I do my 3 negotiables, on the days I do them, I feel like I am prepared for the unexpected, which happens a lot in motherhood, especially when you have 3 children, 5 and under. So I'm prepared for the tantrums at Target. I am prepared for the morning meltdowns. And I am prepared for all the beautiful, beautiful things that come with motherhood. What I mean is not so beautiful, but I'm sure you got the hint of sarcasm. But I'm prepared for it. No, it's not easy. It's not a walk in the park. It does not make that part any easier. It's still very stressful. But I feel like I respond to it better because I had my time with Jesus before they even woke up. So when I spend time with Jesus, He gives me patience, He gives me strength. So mamas, I hope you were encouraged by this video. I hope that it inspired you to pick a 3 negotiable and just pray about what your 3 non-negotiables are. And if you do have 3 non-negotiables, feel free to share them in the comments. I would love to hear what your 3 non-negotiables are, or maybe you have more or less. It's so important to be intentional with your day because before you know it, the day will be gone and you didn't get anything done. So, but yeah, I love you guys and I will see you next week. Bye.